hi, we're here today to make sure that you, as a buyer, don't put the cart before the horse. So I'm here with Paige today, and she is going to tell you what can happen. Not to mention, I've seen it time and time again, working with buyers, getting out there, looking at homes, they're loving what they're seeing, only to find out that they may be just a little under the price point that they're looking at. And that is such a disheartening moment. So Paige, can you tell us a little bit more? I know you've shared stories with me about clients that automatically assumed they could qualify for pricing way up here, only to find out they were more like right here.
Well, and Bonnie, that happens a lot of times when you've got borrowers that maybe have income that fluctuates. It's somebody that is commission-based or somebody that earns hourly income, people that have tipped income, where your hours fluctuate or your income fluctuates from pay period to pay period. And we're not looking at, some folks are seasonal. Maybe you're a landscaper and you make boatloads of money when the weather is nice during the spring and summer season, but you don't make a whole lot in the winter time. So if we just
think maybe pool people might be in the same boat.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of people that their income is seasonal because they're outside. Contractors fall into that. Maybe a roofer, if we've had a lot of rain, maybe we've had some snow or ice, they're not able to be out there roofing. So there's a lot of professionals where the income is seasonal or it fluctuates for whatever reason because their hours fluctuate or commission. And
realtors.
Or, realtors. So where that income fluctuates, and we need to look at it over a longer period of time. Regardless of the agency that's going to be backing the loan, whether it's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, USDA, VA, for our veterans out there, VA has the most leniency for those that do have fluctuating income. For all of the other agencies, we've got to take a longer look to level out those highs and lows to get an idea of truly what your income is over that long period of time and average it out to come up with that monthly income. And when you do that, most borrowers in their head, they're going, I am killing it right now. And I'm a landscaper and I'm making all this money. My bank account is full. Let me hurry up and buy a house right now while I've got this money and they can qualify me on all of this income, only to find out we're going to look at that income over 2 years. And most people that have fluctuating income are not able to buy or aren't able to qualify because their qualifying income is lower than what they are anticipating when you look at it over that long period of time.
And there's nothing worse than getting out there and looking at that $450,000 home and realizing that, because you don't realize there's such a difference too between $400,000 and $450,000. That $50,000 doesn't seem like such a drastic change, but sometimes in the quality of home that you've been looking at, you don't see the same quality that you've already fallen in love with.
Or it might mean a different part of town. It might mean a different school district. It might mean a different neighborhood. That less expensive home is not going to look as good after you've been looking at more expensive homes. But if for those folks that maybe they're just looking a smidge above, and I know when I was a realtor, it never failed. We try to keep buyers looking at homes in the range where we knew that they could qualify, but they're always looking at just that next bracket up. And
right.
Now all of the Zillows and the realtor.com and stuff like that, it's so tempting. So you're looking up into that next price bracket. Sometimes we can get creative with our loan strategy and with some really good negotiations. Like, Bonnie, we've got a deal going right now where you were an absolute masterful negotiator, and we were able to negotiate not only a price reduction, but the maximum allowed seller credits.
Yes.
And we were able to get this buyer into a home with his monthly payment being well below what his comfort zone was. His cash to close is way less than what he had budgeted, and he's in the home and in the area where he wants to be. And it was because we had a strategy going into it. We had a goal for where we needed to end up from a contract negotiating standpoint, how we needed to structure the contract as well as the loan. So some creative structure, some creative loan structure, and some outside the box thinking, and some good planning can sometimes help cover that affordability gap if somebody is out looking at homes that are just a tick above their price range. So key is get pre-approved, find out what your comfort zone is or what you can be approved for if the seller isn't willing to negotiate, because in this market, not every seller is highly motivated, so you may not have that opportunity to negotiate price or negotiate seller concessions. Find out what you can qualify for without those concessions. Let's get a plan together, and then maybe have a couple strategies in our back pocket if you run across a home maybe that's been on the market for a little longer, that the seller is a little more motivated to negotiate with you, and may have an opportunity there to put in place some of the strategies to help get you a little more house or a little lower payment.
Exactly. So thanks for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're ready to buy or sell, make sure you give us a call before you do anything so that we can get you pre-approved and know exactly where you stand and that you're ready and good to go. Thanks.